Most tyrannical judges in charge of child custody cases is New York Supreme Court Justice Matthew Cooper. His corrupt and abusive behavior is replicated by family court judges across America. Perhaps Cooper's most disturbing abuse of power is the sadistic pleasure he takes in locking up parents he has targeted. He even boasts about this in public.
I have probably sentenced 20 in the 2 years, probably 20, 25 people to jail for contempt of court. So it's not something I lose much sleep over. Contempt is the remedy of last resort. It's actually one of the coolest remedies too, okay? So what happens, basically, you have a trial, have a hearing, issue a decision. If I find the person's in contempt, I order a final order of contempt. I most often put the person in immediately because it seems to work the best. What happens, the sheriffs are a little different than Marshall Burko, and then the sheriffs are all like 6'8". Sheriffs, and they wear this, they also come from the old, they are city employees. They come from, they've started like in the 19th century. They wear these funny old-fashioned uniforms. They're gigantic. Their job then is they come, well, first the court officer puts on the handcuffs, which is probably the most excitement my court officer money ever gets, okay? Then the sheriffs arrive. I do an order commitment. They then take the contemptor to the department and then lodge him with him or her with the department. Actually, I've only done him so far, to the Department of Corrections. And you have to provide, and at that point, that is generally where the money is produced. It is so scary, the prospect of going to jail. My understanding, I should say, is that it's not as bad as it's not as bad as going to Rikers. There's a special civil holding cell in the Tombs, and I don't think it's kind of like those federal prisons, but I think it's not quite as bad as it's not general population. Why would you want to hold somebody in contempt? Okay, it is very, very effective when done correctly. There is nothing like threatening somebody. Well, one is a threat, and this is one of the things I kind of live for in the job, is to be able to tell people, if you don't come up with this, there's a good chance you're going to be, and I have lots of different lines. I don't use the bring your toothbrush next time. That doesn't really work. My new line actually seems to work very well is, sir, okay, we're going to adjourn this case, but I want you now, I need you to provide the bridge officer with a list of the medications that you take so that can be passed on to the Department of Corrections. I hope I'm not giving away a trade secret, right? Do not come here with your wallet. Please do not bring your Rolex. Okay, I used to set really low purge amounts. I feel really bad about doing this. Fine, I'll set a purge amount for, they owe $100,000, I'll set the purge amount for $10,000. The next thing I have to get the $10,000 right away, I still have to deal with the other 90. So I've been creeping up on my purge amounts, seeing what the market will bear. My favorite question is, what kind of car do you drive? If it's a Range Rover, an Escalade, or a high-end Lexus, that's prima facie case for imprisonment. All right? There is nothing more gratifying for your client than seeing the person who they most hate in life with those handcuffs on.